Hello, and welcome back to Let's Replay Mystery Case Files Escape from Ravenhearst. I'm MCFPapa, and this is part 5. Last part, we got all the tokens, so now we can slot them in for some riveting gameplay. Wow, just adds so much to the experience.
Happening to me.
My intuition proved correct about the lock in the noisy chamber where the ghosts are trapped. Unlocking the device brought forth a deafening clatter as a menagerie of instruments sprung to life around me. Fluid drained from the tank containing the spirit of Rosa's daughter, and just when I thought I'd saved her, the entire tank slipped violently into a recess into the marble floor. Presently stunned, I need to collect myself before investigating a doorway revealed by the missing tank.
Welcome to my childhood home, Detective. This is where I was taught my place in life. This is where I learned pain and fear. How could you understand me without knowing how that feels?
Wow. Now another elaborate construction, but probably the simplest of everything he's designed in this complex. With myself in the starring role, I now stand before the second act of my imprisoner's demented performance. My puppet strings dangle in front of an underground version of my host's childhood home, as the distant clatter of machinery echoes off the cavern walls. My captor's voice welcomes me from a speaker placed inside a mailbox, saying this is where I learned pain and fear. It has become clear he wishes for me to experience the adversity he endured as a child. With no exit in sight, I have little choice but to continue to dance for his amusement. The carriage is rigged to some kind of sensor. And the morphing object's the keyhole here. And it's kind of weird that there's this, barrier, you can't go to the second act until you have the baby. I understand why it's there if you're in the standard edition of the game, because you could just unlock the door right away and then go in, and otherwise you would be able to explore freely before completing the other section. But in the collector's edition, you already need to explore the whole hospital section to get all the tokens to get into the door, so it's just a bit redundant, if you ask me. But the carriage rolls past the sensor and we can go in. Ooh boy. Spankatronic. A modern marvel and a resolution. As always, Brett tested, Tyrant approved. Yeah, I don't know what that audio is of, all you ever do is complain. Is it supposed to be Charles had other members of his family besides just his mother taking care of him, who also hated him, like a brother or stepfather or something? I don't know. Bit strange, if you ask me. I don't really, though, understand the logic of, the spirits are all trapped in the one central chamber, yet they're still, I guess, able to help you with the morphing objects? I don't know. This time, though, instead of like flinging the stove door open violently, they just gently open it up for you. And we get some Sparkies. Do you remember the code? It's beef, chicken, pork, liver, fish, and a delicious, yummy pie. I wonder how old it is. That like apples or whatever do not look very fresh. Some mama's leavings. And then if we go in here, can't do anything because it's missing batteries. Well, only... Oh, yeah, get the pill there, but and we can go up. Some cute little bells. Going, oh yeah, this puzzle. Well, this will probably take the rest of the video to do, because it's just so elaborate and long. So basically you go with the sixes first and then start to do the other ones. At least that's how I always did the things. So like, for example, the 316142 can't be there because the fourth number is a 1 and there isn't a 6 numbered one that starts with that. So yeah, it's 540 that starts first. And it's fairly fast to flip through all the numbers, but not as fast as it could be. And then over here's the 316. It is very helpful, though, that they at least will mark off the ones you've already done, so you don't gotta keep track of them yourself. Now, no can do stuff like this, because that's the only one that ends in 4. So we know that's there. Then can solve for that. And it's just building off what you already know. So it gets easier as it goes on, at least, but it's still quite long. I'd say this is probably the weakest puzzle in the whole game, to be honest. Okay, I think that's right. Oh, dang it. Kinda weird that there's like lightning sound effects in the background here. And by the way, I don't think this puzzle's randomized. I think it's always the same sort of thing. Click one too many times, then you gotta cycle through them all again. Slowly but surely making progress. I'm gonna assume that 165 is just right for that thing. Well, like seriously, I don't get where Charles got like the voices in the background for like all these abusive people saying stuff. Are they based on like his actual, like he had more family? The game really doesn't make it that clear whether he did have more than just Abigail around or not. Okay, well. Oh, the 6 was right. Ugh. That's the worst part, when you had something right, but then accidentally clicked off. And then I guess for the 524, 534, it really doesn't matter. Wow, I told you it would take a long time. I said the rest of the episode, but I guess there's still a bit of time for other stuff. Like, I don't know who this is supposed to be here in the tub. Is it supposed to be like his stepdad or brother or something? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it and he just put people there to creep you out. The mother's helper. I wonder what that is. Alright, that all the parenting books? Oh no. And plus you need another battery yet too. Oh yeah, this puzzle. Oh, I messed up. Started a bit too late in the chain. What? I don't know what happened there. I was doing the right order. I don't know. That puzzle's fairly simple to get through. Bunch of plates fall out, and now we meet the most disgusting character in the whole MCF series, Abigail.
What are you doing? Stop it. What are you doing?
Little in life has prepared me for the inexplicable situation I find myself in as I struggle to escape the confines of Charles Delamar's bizarre playground. Within the second story of his mock childhood home, I've come upon a massive mannequin representing his mother, Abigail Dalmar. As if that wasn't horrific enough, the enormous puppet has been rigged to respond to my touch and occasionally erupts with verbal outbursts when I approach. A book wedged beneath the mattress looks like it belongs with the collection in the living room, but I'm unable to free it from the weight of the mannequin. Maybe I can find something to make her laugh harder. And the morphing is the apple core and slash hot dog. There. And what you do is you use the feather from the hidden objects to tickle her and then get the book. I guess Abigail took all the fortune that her mother had stolen for her from Phineas Crown and just squandered it all, I guess. And that is one weird thing, is that they're supposed to be in England and British, but Charles doesn't have a British accent, Victor doesn't have a British accent, Abigail doesn't have a British accent. Just weird. And stuff. The books are stuff like Belittling Baby, Taking the Fun Out of Chores, Sticks and Stones, Shouting for Parents, Society is to Blame, and Whooping 101. What great literature. Oh yeah, then The Naughty Child, too. That's one of the books you found. You get a coat hanger and some more dog food. This household has been 2 days without a whooping. The previous record was 1 day. So let us work together towards 0 days. Sheesh, that's dark. Oh boy, some fun-filled chores, the greatest part of the game. Monday chores, 9 a.m. Wake Mama with smelling salts. 10:30, bleach Mama's eyebrows. 11:25, prepare steaks, eggs, potatoes, bacon, and deep-fried critters for lunch. 1:30, wash all the lunch dishes and mop floors. 2:20, watch Mama dope during her nap so she doesn't choke. 4:25 p.m., quit Mama's toenails after supper. Well, I guess we gotta do it.
Charles, come clip my nails.
I do really like the little mini Abigail that's like, work, work, work. When that pops out of the clock, that's a bit funny. Anyway, with the coat hanger, we can get the drain out. Drain the tub, and it's a convenient nail clippers. Ain't that nice?
Where have you been?
Now she has some nails, so just clip them all.
Watch it.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, and the battery she was holding on to.
Watch it. Ow, be careful. You enjoy this, don't you?
Yeah, sure I do. 7:40 p.m. Trim Mama's nose hairs.
Charles, get in here and trim my hairs.
I wonder how accurate this actually is to Charles's childhood. Like, did he really have a clock like this just to track the chores he had to do? I don't know. And now she has some nose hairs, so you gotta use wire clippers. They're so thick to cut. Sheesh.
Be careful.
Now, 10 p.m. Pop Mama's pimples. Wretched.
Charles, come pop my pimples.
You know, I can honestly say when I first got into the mystery case files...
Quit fooling around and get up here.
Really? I never knew that. I never had that happen to me before, that Abigail will actually complain and ring all the bells if you take too long. Wow. I'm still learning new stuff about this game. But, as I was saying, when I first...
Feels so good. Feels so...
When I first got into this series with Prime Suspects...
What are you doing?
I can honestly say I would have never expected that a game in this series would have you trim someone's toenails, their nose hairs, and pop their pimples for them. Now we just deposit them all in Mama's leavings. And that weighs down the scale enough to open the door. I don't know why we couldn't just, like, throw something else in the jar to weigh it down enough. I don't know. But we get a furnace handle for our trouble of doing all the chores. Charles Delmar is forcing me to live his life. His anger toward my prior investigations is made manifest by the many years spent constructing this outrageous form of revenge. It's not enough for him to describe his pain. He wants me to experience it firsthand. Inside his mind, this must make perfect sense, but after clipping Mother Abigail's toenails, it's clear that I'm firmly within the grasp of an unhinged, vindictive monster. And the morphing objects, the little clippers there. But anyway, after that fun-filled part of the game, like and subscribe if you want. I'll see you next time when we'll continue exploring his childhood home.